Well, it was a good week for the JSE. The local bourse showed solid gains, hitting a fresh all-time high, but it pulled back on Friday. Good morning, my name is Tepo Mongwai. This is Bottom Line. Let's make sense of the market. Well, the JSE's strong performance was driven by several factors, including positive reaction to the midterm budget and global optimism due to the US reopening. That positive sentiment was seen in the strong rally right across the JSE counters. Let's take a look there. Well, the market saw a strong rally for the first of the 4 days of the week. On Thursday, the JSE All-Share Index touched an intraday high over 114,000 points. And it was the financials and mining stocks doing all the heavy lifting. Unfortunately, the JSE dropped on Friday due to a combination of profit-taking following a strong rally and uncertainty surrounding the release of the key US economic data following the prolonged government shutdown. Last week's risk-on was also seen in the fixed income market. Let's see how that bond market performed. Well, South Africa's 10-year government bond saw strong performance with price rising and its yields fall. Bond yields also fell almost 0.4% for the week, and the yields were also quoted at around 8.6% on Friday. The rand also had a strong week overall. Let's take a look at the local unit. It broke the below 17 rand mark to the US dollar, hitting levels not seen since early 2023. However, it pulled back slightly on Friday, currently trading at around 17 rand 10 cents to the US dollar. Well, what to expect in the week to come? Key local data out in the week is the consumer price inflation numbers for the month of October from Stats SA that will be out on Wednesday. A marginal increase in the consumer price inflation is expected. The South African Reserve Bank's Monetary Policy Committee rate decisions is out on Thursday, and the market expects the bank to keep the repo rate on hold with the repo at around 7%. And the Business 20, the so-called B20, will also hold its summit on Wednesday, and the program will focus on the final recommendations developed by the B20 task force. Well, for now, we shift our focus on our Traders Corner, and we are joined virtually by SARS Commissioner Edward Kisweta. Commissioner, thank you very much for joining us so early in the morning. We are seeing a lot of interest, Commissioner, particularly among young people trying online trading. What are some of the measures that you have put in place as SARS to ensure that there is compliance from the profit that they make and there's tax deducted?
Yeah, I mean, of course, online trading is one of those areas of, let me say, social engagement that is growing. And the concern is that when you have physical casinos, generally it is within our boundaries and borders, and this is now not a moral judgment on international trading, but rather the fact that it's a reality that people will gamble. And that itself requires quite a lot of social awareness and education and change management. But online trading is a phenomenon that allows gambling and trading, because they are both of concerns, in jurisdictions that are not in South Africa. And so that then creates a whole host of risks for the country in terms of financial flows of money, in terms of not abusing these platforms for, similarly to e-commerce, not abusing it for money laundering and other forms of funding illicit activities, and also then it's outside of the tax gap. So these are areas that that we are clearly focusing on. In fact, this week, as of today, SARS is hosting, together with the OECD, the Forum for Tax Administrators. That's the delegates from over 200 countries, over 200 delegates from over 60 countries, including 54 OECD countries, where tax commissioners, my colleagues around the world, will gather. We'll be joined by international organizations such as the IMF, the World Bank, Africa Tax Administration Forum, to put our heads together and think about the role of tax administrations. In your earlier comment, you spoke about the positive fiscal framework. Well, central to the positive fiscal framework for any country is an efficient and effective revenue administration. We've seen the gains we've made in South Africa, but there still are looming tax gaps. There's a proliferation of tax crime, international financial crime, and these are issues that requires international cooperation. But we also live in a time that is quite exciting because we have the beautiful yet scary and intimidating technology that allows us to build smart, modern, intelligent tax administration platforms. But the same technology is enabling crime. With the question that you started. So we're living at a time that's quite exciting. This is going to be a good week for us. And it's in the week that also where later the heads of state meeting for the G20 will take place. And so this is actually a good run-up in terms of building brand South Africa on the international platform.
All right, thank you very much. That's SARS Commissioner Edward Kisweta there on the OECD forum that is being taking place. Well, thank you very much. Remember to join in again next week on Morning Live. This is Bottom Line. And of course, Morning Live continues after the break.